Okay, let's hide this. Right, so we just went on to create a new page. I remember the day this was created. And all we did was pick, we highlighted the full page that we needed, went to page layout, and we unchecked the grid line. So if I check this, you see the grid lines, they come back. But we don't want the grid lines. We want a plain foundation or background. Background is the right word. We need a plain background, okay? You may want to give it some color, okay? So this colors the background, while this colors the font. This is for changing font color, but this is for changing background color. Maybe you don't want a plain white background. Maybe you want something a bit gray, or you want a dark background like this. It depends on what you have decided. One, it depends on a lot of things. Maybe you want to design by the color, your brand color, the brand color of your organization. Okay. Maybe it could also just be a choice, what you are choosing to do. Okay, let's go with this dark color, and see where we are going with it. Okay, now you want to give a bit of a title. Okay, you also want to, if possible, insert where you have it, insert maybe your work logo, the image, just a bit of something to show that it belongs to your work. Okay, you may want to add a title, what this dashboard is about. You may want to add that up here as well. I think that's the best that we are going to have to make do with, for now. So I go to insert, and what I need is the text box. So if I use this text box and I just I just create something like that. Okay. Where I can put maybe the title of the dashboard, one of that we are creating. So I need suggestion from what this is. Okay. From what the objective is. What do you think would be the best title to put here that this dashboard would be about from what we have here? Any suggestions?
The number of hours services unavailable.
Okay. Okay. So we can go with that. We can say analysis of number of hours services was it just services unavailable? Yeah. Okay. We can do that. Yes, why not? Okay. So we can decide to just name it that. I'm just highlighting that so that we do more. That's not looking nice, just sitting by the corner there. So I may want to center it. So I put in the center rather. I may want to change it. I'm so used to Arial for some reason. But you can use whatever suits you, really. Doesn't have to be Arial all the time. Let's go for, I mean, again, you don't want to use something that people with not too great a sight would be looking and checking and finding it hard to read. Okay, so remember what we said about simplicity, as well as much as we want to make the work nice, We also want to, come on now. We also want to be able to simplify it. Why is it not picking? We also want to simplify the process. Okay, I rest my case. Okay, so we highlight that. I actually do need it to highlight because I want to increase. Okay, speak to everything. I want to make that bolder than that because it's a title, isn't it? So something like 20, because it's making a statement. Okay, so maybe 20 or a little lower than that, maybe 18. Yeah, I think 18 would do. Okay, so we can decide to do that. I may want to, I may, no, do that. I may want to, I just wanted this to reach the end of this year. Okay. I may want to, while we are still within the text box, I may want to, let's see what more I can do here. So the background, I'm so used to, okay, shape format. Okay, so while we are inside the text box, this came up as well so that we can, do a little more with it. I don't want text outline, no outline, text fill. It's not really the text I'm particular about, it's the shape itself. Okay. Okay, it's the shape, yeah, shape fill. I don't want shape fill, so I want it to blend in, which means this black color is not nice if I want that to blend in. So I may be better off using a white, yeah, using something like this. Okay. Okay, let's see what more we can do while we are in that shape format. Shape fill, I've removed it. Shape outline, I want to remove the outline as well. This this line that's showing, I don't really want it at all. And I'm hoping that it's actually picked it to remove. Go back. Shape outline, no outline. Okay. So I've clicked on no outline and that should completely disappear really. But I can still see it. But yeah, so we're onto something. Okay. Now, like I said before, I'm not going to pick we're not going to use every of the pivot tables that we have here because we have quite a lot. And rule of, not rule, good practices, you don't have too many visuals displayed on one page because the more you put on there, the more you get people confused. Is the understanding of how this works. So we'll make it as few as possible, and we'll just put the ones that we can make our explanations around, because it's not just about the chart, it's also about making sense of it. Okay. So incident source. Okay. So I think it's good to understand the source of the problem. Okay. So I think it's good to understand the source. Okay. So, and you can decide to not really show everything, like all these zeros, they don't bring any value in, We don't have any of this from NA or even the blank, because blank doesn't give us anything. Okay. So I'll say that's down are not really bringing any value in terms of us needing to action anything on it. The ones that really concern us more than anything that we need to work on are these top three by the numbers that they produced. Okay, so I would filter out, this from 10 to 0. Let's go in and do value filter and say that we need anything that's greater than 10, only bring us values, yeah, where the sum of numbers is greater than 10, so that it can take out the bottom ones. Okay, so that simplifies things more for us. Okay, it narrows our work down. It also reduces the number of rows that you're looking at, which are not really necessary for you to look at. Okay, and now that this has been done with this, it also makes putting it in a chart actually easier as well, in my own view. Okay, so what sort of chart would be best for this? Okay, I really don't like this where we have that large one there and the rest are almost not existing. Okay, and I believe the same we'll get the same for bar. And as much as I don't like it, if there isn't any other one that we can use, we really don't have much choice. Okay, should we use this area chart? Does this area, let me okay it, and let's see if it's going to make any sense. Okay. What do you think about putting this area chart to represent this? Would it help anyone at all, do you think? If you were someone who doesn't know anything about data at all, and you see this, does it make sense to you in a glance?
No, it doesn't for me. For me.
No. Okay, so that answers it then. So we don't use that. Okay, so we would only use the one that. So it may have to be that I'll go back to that one that I was saying no to. The 3D, yeah, at least 3D shows a bit of something there. Okay, so I'll okay this. Okay, and I'll bring these two up. Okay, before I take those two to the other side, we can do a bit of formatting to change how they look. Okay, first, all these buttons here, they don't really bring any value. Now this let me take both of them to the other side, because so that you would see it on a plain background, not the way you are seeing it now. Okay. Okay. So we have these two. So these buttons, if I right click on these, okay, it's called field button. Okay, it's where it's a sum of number of hours service unavailable for. If you look here, it's just this part, this column header or field that it has brought in like that. Okay, so we are not going to need it. Okay, so and the anything that's not bringing value, at the best practice is to take it out so that you have more space for your chart. Okay, so I'm going to say hide all the field value for me. Okay, so that I'm left with this. Then I can say analysis of, now this title here already tells anyone looking at this that whatever they are looking at here, it's about number of hours services unavailable for. Now, the better practice or the good practice is to come here and give a proper title. You see, it just says total there. Okay, it would be that you are saying a number of hours services unavailable for by year, because that's what we did here. We analyzed that by year. Okay. But I'm going to need to, because that's going to be quite long for a title. So number of NHSU. If I say NHSU, number of hours services unavailable for. Okay. So NHSU by year. Okay. So, and to make that easy for anyone who is looking at it, to know what NHSU is, we can put in bracket here, NHSU. So they know that it stands for number of our services unavailable. You know, does that make sense? What has just been done? Do you agree with that?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So thank you. Then we can reduce this title maybe to 10.5 at most. You can decide to, now when I click in, you see we've got a plus, you know, where it says chart elements, add, remove, or change chart elements, such as title, legend, grid line, and all of that. So if I open that up, click on the cross, and you have chart title. So if I uncheck that, it just removes the title. Okay, but we need the title in, so we put that back. Okay, and there's an arrow that opens further. If I click on that, it tells you, it gives you choices of where and you can place your title. At the moment, it's above the chart. You can decide to do center, overlay, and there's more options. In more options, you get this part opened up where you get to do a little bit more formatting. Okay, this would require that you play around with this a lot. Okay, play around with it and see, okay, what each time you click on something, what are you seeing? Okay, there's a paint can there, you know, that gives you, that brings all the colors. What color is that changing? So it's for the background of your total, as we can see. Okay, so let's choose the blue that we have been using. I want to see. Will it let me? I just wanted to. I wanted to be able to expand that, but it's not letting me. So if we make that blue, it means we have to change the font color to white as well, so that it's seeable. Now, what I would have loved is to expand this background more. I'll see if I can do it from there. You see, this part takes time. Okay, I won't spend too much time on it so that we can get as many as possible in. It takes time because it's like, you see, when you're building a house and you get to the point where you're putting the finishing touches, you know, the last part where you want everything to really be nice, beautiful, the finishing touches, they are more expensive. And they take time because you are, excuse me, you are paying attention. Bless you. You are paying more attention to details. Okay. So, and of course, if you are a creative as well, you want it to really look beautiful. Of course, you will spend quite a lot of time there. So let's put that back as NHSU, we said. NHSU by year. Okay. And yeah, if you are not fine with the color, of the color you have here, I will show you how we could change that up. We also have the chart style. Okay, the chart style here. But before we leave this one, so it says solid. I've put the color. Border. It says automatic. If I don't want border, okay. If I want no line showing on here, let's see. What if I put the line back as solid? Does it change anything? Okay, there's actually a there's borderline around it. It's just blending in with the blue. Okay, so the width. Okay. The width of it, let's see if we increase it. Oh, I'm picking something else. This is what I need. I need just this. Okay. Again, there's transparency. You can decide to increase transparency however you want it. The width, I was working with the width to see how that works. I think I see a bit of change there. Cap type, joint type. You don't have to, use everything you see underneath here, but they are there for your use if you feel the need, to beautify your charts more. Okay. 2022, 2023. If we open this more, it says data label. Now, data labels, we do need data label, because right now we only see this round 3D circle. We don't know the actual proportion each one of them is. So we need the label to tell us what number is assigned to each portion. Okay, so I'll put the data label in. And then when you look here, look through the arrow, it tells you how do you want it to be put in. Is it center, inside, and outside? Can you see that it's put that outside for you? Best fit, data call out. Okay, data call out is including the year. So if you use data call out, I think you won't be needing the legend anymore. This part is the legend. So if you're going to use data call out, if we do that, it's already telling us this is 2023. And I'm sure if we look well, that is 2022. And it's rounded them in percentage. For some directors, they just want to speak it in percentages. What percent of this is this? What percent of that is that? If that's what you are up against, this might be useful. But I see that it has rounded it up. I'm sure this is just 90 something percent, while that is really very close to zero. And that's what you have there. It's not really 0%, but it's just the rounding that's happened there. Okay. Let's see more options. And more options just bring us, I think more options just brought us here again. Okay. So you may need to come around here, and and treat this like a toy. Don't worry that you're gonna do whatever to your work. No, you can always undo whatever has been done. But it's good to see how it's actually um, how this works in action. Okay, so if we go back to data label, because I don't like this right now, I prefer the outside end. I don't want data call out. No. Oh, no, 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 no. I don't want the percentages anymore. I'm sure there's somewhere here where you can, okay, yeah, there we go. So as you can see here, it has unchecked value and checked percentage. That's why we keep seeing percentage there. If you want both, okay, why not? You can have both value and percentage, and you can increase this in terms of size so that you see that better. But I think I'll make do with the value for now. Okay. I don't want the category name with it. Okay. So the category, I just want the legend. Legend is fine. Not everything together in one box. No. If I can pick this and reduce it. Okay. Okay. So that's It's even appearing like a speech, like a call out. Okay. So values for each one, one can easily see like that. Okay. And for the legend is the key that is showing you by color, which is which. Okay. Um, again, if we look at this, you can place your legend however you want it. At the moment, I believe it's on the right. You can put it on the top, which is not showing, it's right on top of your title at the moment. You can put it on the left, you see, on the bottom, and there's the more option will just open this up for you. Okay, but I think it's sitting nice and nice, where it is right now is good. It's not disturbing anything. Um, you can move please mute if you're not talking. Um, you can move your title to one side like that. Okay. And yes, that's you done with the year. Okay, undo that. So again, that's the thing with moving these around. You would move what you didn't plan to move if care is not taken. Okay, so that is that. And that brings us to the second one. And this one is by incident source, so we can say NHSU by incident source. Okay. And it's nice to have to be consistent where you can, to be consistent in the way your dashboard looks. Okay. Not necessarily that you use exactly the same color, but at least things like title, if they can both appear the same way, that would be nice. Okay. So I pick this, there's a paintbrush here, a format paint. So if I click on that and ask it to come and format this for me so that I don't have to do that all over again, I hope it answers me. Okay. Okay, it's not answering. Let me just pick only the title because I want it to actually just do exactly what we have. Okay, yeah. But it didn't change the background to the color that I want. That's not nice. It should actually, that's why I prefer working in Power BI. It should actually just do everything you see here right onto here. All it's done is change my font to white, which is why that has disappeared. And it didn't change the background to that, you see. So anyway, that is that. Um, I remember that we came here and we added is it the outline now? So we have solid color. Let me click on here and see what happened. That will remind me. Okay, so we did transparency to 23%, width to 4.75. Okay, let's do that with this as well. Transparency to 23% and width to 4.5. Okay. Okay, so that gives us exactly that flavor as well. And we can move this. We can move this, not the whole thing. Come on. I just want, yeah, we can move this to the side like we did for that one. The field button, we can hide them as well. Hide field button. You see that gave us a bit more space for this to expand. I really don't like this grid line. Okay. I don't like the grid line. Let's see if, yes. So there's more options here when we click on in the the plus sign, okay? Then you see axis title, okay? When I hover on the axis title, it's just telling you what this title for this is, what this is. Most of the time, if you put the right label for your, if you put the right label for your title, if you put the right title, it tells the story straight away that this is what, so we can see that these are the incident sources without, just by looking at this, and we know this is the number of hours already, because that's where you have the numbers anyway. Okay. Now there's no need here for legend. So this is not adding any value. I'm going to delete that out of the way. Again, that gives the chart a bit more space again. Okay. I don't like grid line. Okay. So I take my grid line out. I like clean, nice background like that. So I took that out. And rather than have all these values by the side here, I actually prefer to use data labels such that each bar or each column has its own label of the exact value that it is on top of it. Okay, so I'll bring that in, data label, and you can see that that appears, straight away. Okay, and since we already have that, there's no need for this axis, this y-axis. So I'm going to have to take that out. So if okay, which way is horizontal, vertical? Okay, is the vertical, I need to uncheck. Okay, so that's the one so I took that out. You see, that is cleaning up your chart and giving you, like I said, more space to actually read through. We can work on these data labels to appear, call out. Do we want the call out option? We use the call out option in the other one. Maybe not necessarily. Let's go into more options to see what we can do with that. Okay. We have all this. I think we might need to go in here, label options. Okay. And what I really need from it is, so value, yes. Show leader lines. Legend key, we don't need legend key. Show category name, we don't need that. Value from cell, okay. I don't think this helps us. Let's see number. Okay, no, this doesn't help either. Okay, how about now, these are all picked. So if I go in here and sort of change them around in terms of maybe the number now, the size, I want it to be actually be bigger and bolder than that. So I'll have that. Okay, I think we are getting somewhere. Okay, if I give it a dark and white background, that should work. So give it dark and then make this white. Okay, we can bolden it if we want. Okay, and maybe not. Maybe it's too out there. We may decide to make it exactly the same size as this. Okay, now rather than fumble around, while I clicked on this, we can see where it says design format. We can see the true size of it. It's 5.63 to 7.83. So we just click on this and make it the same size. So 5.63 by 7.83. So let's come here and we do 5.63. 5.63 by 7.83. You can see that that is changing already. .83. Okay. All right. So we've sort of arrived at just about the same size for each one of them. Now that that has gone down, I may need to reduce the size of this because that looks too big for the size, you know, of what we have here. Okay. Reducing it to exactly the same size. I think it's actually reduced the essence of this chart. So I think it's best to actually bring it out a little more and not necessarily go exactly for the same size because there's no rule of law that says we must do that. Okay, we're just trying to put in some consistency, but I don't think that worked well for this. Okay, we can work on this as well. Okay, you may want to use Arial for them. Why is it Arial? These two, Arial as well. Arial. Okay, let's do, by default, they all just come as Calibri for some reason. Let's see, is this Arial already? Let's do that as well. Okay. Okay, I think we are fine. Maybe reduce the size of this to 11 so that it's not really so in our eyes like that. And this can be black if they were not completely black, okay? Okay. So so we've done two, okay? Let's look for, see if we can get one or two more in. Definitely we'll bring our slicer in, definitely. So control, oh, I said something about showing us timeline, how timeline works. That's where I should have started today's class from, really, to be honest. Okay, so just sort of creating a bit more space. Okay, I'm going to reduce this. Okay, we may want to I don't know. Are we fine with the, it looks fine to me. Yeah, it looks fine. Okay. But I mean, you can always create your own exact slicer that you want, by going into more. Again, just play around and create exactly the theme that you actually want on here. You see? Let me quickly show the timeline with the time that we have. So timeline, getting timeline is the same, it's the same way as what we did with slicer. So if we go, timeline is just gonna use the time rather than other categories. So if I say insert timeline, you see it only brings us everything date related, okay? So if we go with logged on, the date that I was logged on, okay, and it's it puts this in those periods. You can scroll around, okay? I see, okay, 2022, 2023, okay? So you can scroll around. You can see it by month as well, okay? And if I say I want to see everything for January 2022, you see, because I created it from here, like what we saw yesterday, it only interacted with just this one here. So I'm going to uncheck that and go into timeline, report connections, and we just click every table we need it, every pivot table we need it to interact with, okay? And I think it's all right for you to interact with all of them. So if we now check, all of them should, if we check now, You see, all of them should interact with it, basically. If we go into 2023, we start to see a bit more action in 2023, and you can undo that filter by clicking on here. So I'll bring that to our dashboard. See how it fits in. Again, we can, all this, I'm sure we can go into formatting it and remove certain things like the header just to create space as well. I just want that to be seen as a timeline, selection label, time level. Let's see what's okay. Okay, yeah, because we know all of these are months already anyway. Okay, so we need the scroll bar though. Okay. Um, all right. Or this can just be resized. So it's how you want it to appear, Lord, that it would appear. This is now your own creation now. You see, there's no you must do this, you must do that. Just ensure what you're working on and achieving is what you would love to see if someone was presenting to you, as well. Is the best I can say for this. Or maybe we can put, I love for my filters, both of them are different types of filters anyway, to be on top so I can just easily, but right now this one is not conforming to the size of this, you see. And you can make it happen. It's just a matter of, fiddling with everything in there, and just, conform. Let me see what else is here. Bring forward, align. Okay, I don't think there's any more I can do there, except to reduce this from, and if I'm trying to reduce it from the top, but it's the bottom bit that's disappearing, and I need the bottom bit more than I need the top. Okay, but let's quickly get one or two more. I think we can easily get one more chart in, and that would be it with this particular work. That shouldn't really be it, because we should actually do the actual us now presenting and analyzing. What did we find out? What are we recommending? That's the actual analysis side of things. I think yeah, I think it will be good to see this, okay? How this resolution team, either the resolution team or the resolution person, how they contribute to what is on ground. I think it would be good to see that, as well. The resolution team under these label, the clients. So resolution team as well as the client is what we did here, okay? We said to use time. So maybe we take out this time, because now we have a time slicer here anyway, okay? So just to reduce the cumbersomeness of this, I'll take out show field list. I'll take out the filter, okay? So that's that. column. Yeah, we can bring this whole table in because, and we've already colored that as high as something to actually pick up anyway. Okay, so I'm gonna Control C this or even Control cut it actually and bring it here. Let's see how that works. Okay. So I don't want this to fall into that side is going into. So I'm just gonna move it. Okay. Whatever happened to the color here? It's like I colored the whole place and this part wasn't part of the dashboard, which is interesting. I didn't see that before. Okay. Now it is now a game of arranging these to look nice, if that makes sense. If I put these two together, okay. If these two are up there and this can be below them, I think that would be nice. I hope we are still in class. Hope I'm not boring you.
No, you're not. We're still here.
Thank you. I need suggestions. What's the best way to arrange these and make the best of both worlds? No, undo that. Okay. If we bring this table to where we have all the space because it's the biggest of them. Okay, so I think it's the one that's actually making my background disappear, the way I'm dragging it. Because what in heaven's name is that? It's just messed up my dashboard, my lovely, lovely, nice background color has been messed up. But that's not really supposed to happen. I don't know why that happened. Let me take this out and see. I'm going to delete it and see what that is about, because that is not nice at all. Interesting. Very interesting. I just want to sort this color riot and color fighting part of things out. Then we'll see why that table did what it did. So we go back and it was this color here. Was it? It looks like I've changed the color I used. Yeah, it's this one. Does that all rhyme together? Yes, it does. Okay. Now that we know what happened, I think I'll put the two, I'll make them like this. This and this on top of each other. And then these Actually, this can come here as well, since I don't have space. Okay. Come on. Okay. All right. Now, all these are not aligning the way I really need them to anymore, but somehow we'll make it work. Okay. So I want to leave this side for that table. These can actually come. This can come here. You see that this is really time consuming. It's not, I need, for you to do a proper work on this, one should not have its edge. You see the way these two are on top of each other. I really don't like the way I'm seeing their edges not really aligning, if you get what I mean. It's not making it look like one has done a good job of things, you know. Okay. Now, if these two, okay, these two can, and these two can be on that page. Let's bring this down a little. All right. I think we are getting somewhere. Now, I mean, just for the sake of alignment now, we don't really need that to be that long, but presentation, they say, is everything. Okay. So there's still a little bit of here and there, little misses here that one can work on. Just that tiny thing that one can work on, and the table can decide to occupy all of here is the plan. I also see that there's this part of my table that's not, so it's all this, you trying to make it look beautiful as well as functional, that's the part now that I'm hoping that this table doesn't, fingers crossed, doesn't, so let's copy. I want to cut in case I miss it. So if I just straight away let it come here, Control V that. All right, we are getting there. Okay. Okay, our time is fast spent. I think we actually get the gist of what I'm trying to, achieve here. I believe we get it. So let's see how we overcome this problem of, arranging and really, I don't want to drag this anymore so that it doesn't mess up the, let's see. It has messed it up. Okay. All right. I want to see how we overcome this. If we can bring our dashboard to the class on Monday, let's see what we are able to achieve. That would be great. I don't want to keep us for longer than we have been kept already. And I will just keep fine-tuning this until I'm ready to go to bed. I say Monday because we're not meeting tomorrow for this